Hi, I'm Lisa Gar, and I'm joined by John Gray, author of the #1 relationship book of all time, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. John, we have a culture these days called the hookup culture. We did a Google search and it was almost 1 billion found. What is the hookup culture, and how is it really affecting us emotionally?
The bottom line is there's a freedom around sexuality. It's come back around. We go through these waves around freedom of sexuality, and it's happening a lot at all ages.
All ages.
And so the hookup culture has a different effect on you at a younger age than an older age. So let's just look at the distinction there. What happens is you hook up with somebody, we'll call it one-night stand, an old-fashioned talk.
That's an old term.
Okay, old term, okay. But basically, if you're looking for a relationship, and you're having a one-night stand, don't expect it to last, okay? That's the bottom line.
Call it what it is.
Okay, call it what it is. Because when a man doesn't have any other connection to you other than sex,
your body,
that's all there is. And so his testosterone will drop afterwards, he loses interest in you, and he associates you with the loss of testosterone. So he actually feels repulsed by you to various degrees later. So you lose your potential to be able to have a relationship with him if you're looking to have a relationship. The way I look at this is that women typically start in their mind, then they go to their heart, then they go to their genitals. Okay, so
that order.
That order.
Okay.
And so if she's going to have a one-night stand and she really wants sex, she's got some fantasy going on.
Got all these other things to go through.
But it comes down here. For men, we don't have all those filters. We are, I walk into a room, any guy goes into the room, and if you're feeling a little horny, you can check out which girls would be suitable for you. You'll feel that chemistry right away, and you have no interest in having
reptilian brain, right?
Reptilian brain and down south. Has no interest in having a relationship, hasn't gone through any filters. It's just simply, oh, she's available, and there's a physical chemistry. See, we have something called physical chemistry, emotional chemistry, mental chemistry, and spiritual chemistry. And there's nothing you can do to change that. That's just sort of fixed. And a guy will feel that physical chemistry right away. Now, often women, if they're feeling insecure, unworthy, usually it's because they have a dad issue where dad was not available. And with so much divorce today, it's quite common. Women will typically feel strong sexual attraction to men who are not available. It's this unresolved issue of trying to get daddy's love. And it's all unconscious, it's all instinctive. So if you keep finding you want a relationship, but you keep having these, you keep getting turned on to these guys who are either drug addicts and violent, already married, that's a sign you have an issue. And you can deal with that issue by just knowing your body. If you're turned on to a stranger right away, run the other direction and find somebody that you're not turned on to right away, but mentally you feel there's some chemistry, you find him interesting.
Or talk to someone about abandonment issues.
Or you can also do therapy on abandonment issues. Yes. But right away, you should just know your body. If I feel totally turned on right away, wrong person. Now, let's come back to teenagers. Okay, so because teenagers, you don't yet have a sense of who you are yet. And you're building a self-esteem all the way up to 28 years old if you're lucky. Okay, your brain doesn't even fully develop until 28 years old, the front part of the brain. So that's your sense of reflection, who I am. If I don't, and that's self-esteem. If I don't have self-esteem, a simple example. I'm in a group of people and giving a talk, 30 people, and everybody claps, but 3 people stay over and they're a little critical. Oh, when I go home that night, who do I think about?
The 3 critical people.
The 3 critical people, yes. And not the 27 people. That's letting those people have stronger voice in me than all those other people. Yes. That's because I don't know who I am. See, I'm a good person. I'm a competent person. I'm not going to please everybody, but I can please a lot of people. Okay, that's unshakable. That's that's self-esteem, as you know who you are. But it takes a while to develop that. Some people never develop it.
It's a maturity thing.
Okay, it's a maturity thing. So when you're young, you're trying to find out who you are. So a girl has a hookup with a guy, and he's like sexually turned on to her. And her feeling is, gee, he must really want to have a relationship with me.
Yes.
Because he's so sexually turned on to me. And so there's that sense of, if he has sex right away, and you haven't built a relationship in the heart and in the mind. Because see, what happens for a guy is he can be all turned on, and if a woman talks for a while, emotional connection, he'll get turned off if she's not right for him.
Well, there's also a lot of awkwardness that goes along with being teenagers in the hookup culture. And that leads me to dating websites, dating apps. So what are your feelings about Tinder and all sorts of different apps that either promote the hookup culture or promote long-lasting relationships?
Well, the point is, it's your choice. Do you want to have a long-lasting relationship? Are you looking for a relationship, or are you just wanting to have a quickie? If you want a quickie, that's what you have to know. That's all you're going to get.
You have to know what you want.
If you're going to have a one-night stand, if you're going to hook up right away, you don't know the person, generally speaking, afterwards, a man's going to withdraw and not want to be interested in you later. That's very, very common. I can't say it's every time, but there's a tendency. It hasn't gone through the filter of, if you talk, am I turned off to you? When you speak your mind, who you are, does that turn me off? It's just this is turned on. But for a girl, you open your heart with orgasm, and suddenly a guy withdraws. That has a stunning effect on your self-esteem. That's why you don't want to expose yourself to opening yourself up to somebody who's going to withdraw and be less interested in you, dramatically less interested in you later. What's the remedy if you want to have sex? Then what you do is you make sure you've taken some time to get to know each other. So he's bonded with you. He likes you emotionally. He likes you mentally. There's a chemistry there. And then if he's still attracted to you sexually, then when he has sex with you, the chances of him pulling back a huge amount are much less. But they're always going to be there. For an immature man, his tendency after ejaculation is to withdraw huge. Okay, it's just when you're more mature, you have a strong sense of self. You don't lose yourself in sex. But a young guy, just like his estrogen shoots up, he's like into her, and then boom, he's out of her. And so it's a delicate thing. You want to take more time. The younger you are, the less you've built up your self-esteem. You need a lot more time, a lot more affection and connection before you let yourself go to that level of intensity. And kids are going to that level of intensity just right away. It's so easy. But the outcome of it is low self-esteem, which then creates more of an attraction to the guy who's not available to you.
So it's a cycle. So if you're more aware of this cycle, you'll be more cognitive
you
of
slow it
what's
down.
happening.
You slow it down. That's the
down.
whole key. And the reality is if you go slow, you have a chance of building something so that after you ejaculate and you're a man, you don't have such a big withdrawal.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, John. And if you'd like to watch more great tips from John Gray, you can visit marsvenus.com.